In this example, we're being asked to solve the exponential equation 4 to the 3x power is equal to 6,000. This time around, I'm going to show you how to do this graphically. So we're going to go to our graphing calculator. And once we get to our graphing calculator, we're going to graph the left-hand side and right-hand side of this equation separately, each on a different line on my y equals screen. So for y1, I'm going to graph 4 to the 3x power. For y2, I'm going to graph 6,000. And then I'm going to find where those intersect. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go to my y equals screen to solve this graphically. I'm going to for y1, I'm going to graph 4 to the 3x power. And for y2, I'm going to graph the right-hand side, 6,000. So what this will do is this will draw the graph of 4 to the 3x, and then it will also graph the horizontal line of 6,000, and I'm going to be able to find where the graph meets this value of 6,000, and then I can round to the appropriate number of decimal places, which this problem is calling for us to round to the nearest 10,000th, so that's 4 decimal places. So I'm going to go ahead and press graph. So you can see there's the graph of 4 to the 3x. And you don't see it graph y equals 6,000 because my current window only goes up to 10 for the y max. So if I want to see when this thing reaches a level of 6,000, I need to at least make 6,000 viewable in that window. So I go back over to the window, and my y max needs to show at least 6,000. I'll just go ahead and set it at 7,000. So we'll have a little bit of room above it. And now we'll hit graph, and we should be able to see, there's the graph, there's the horizontal line, and we can see right here is where it meets this value of 6,000. So we want to figure out what x value to the nearest 10,000th is that intersection point right there. So go back to your calculator, do second and then the trace button to get to your calculate menu. We want to find where those intersect. So I'm going to select choice 5, intersect. I only have 2 things graphed, so when right now the blinking cursor is on the blue one for the exponential part, and it says first curve. I'm just going to hit enter. Then you see it jumps to the red line. That's the second curve, so I'm just going to hit enter. If you had multiple things, more than 2 things graphed, those would be a little bit more important, but since we only have 2 things, it's just enter, enter. And then these only intersect once, so the guess isn't important either. I'll just move the cursor a little bit closer to it and hit enter. And you can see that the x-coordinate, just a little bit more than 2, is where this reaches a value of 6,000. So they wanted us to round to the nearest 10,000th, being 4 decimal places. So that would be what, 2.0918. This 9 would force that 7 up to an 8. So 2.0918 would be the solution to this exponential equation rounded to the nearest 10,000th.